Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast. And now, here are the boys of Steelers Realm.
Good evening, Steelers Nation, and welcome to another episode of The Price is Right.
Oh, how many weeks we got until the draft?
Well, wait a minute. I got to remember, first of all, what show we're on. I thought The Price is Right. It's what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Steelers
what show are we
Realm.
on?
Yeah, hey. Welcome, Steelers Nation, to the Steelers Realm. Andre, shout out to you, my friend. I'm glad to see you've made the trip. And yes, we are 1 week away. 1 week away from this day here to the NFL draft. Now, I will let you guys know we will not be playing an episode next Thursday. But what I'd like to do is maybe sneak one in on Wednesday for just a short who our picks are going to be. So stay tuned on that. We might just have somebody put out a little bit of a message so you guys can get our final picks. But tonight, because we're up against it, man, we're up against it. We are going to talk about the money makers. And who are the money makers?
Well, you got the big old weapons, the wide receivers, tight ends, running backs.
They're the money makers. Without those guys, we ain't scoring no points. And Lord knows we need to score points. So that's who we're going to talk about. Now, I want to go ahead. I'm going to start with running backs first. Because when I look at this, do we really need a running back? Do we feel we're going to draft somebody high? I mean, we got Jaylen Warren coming back. We picked up Rico Dowdell coming in. We still don't know what Caleb Johnson's going to do. And there's a part of me, are you ready for this? There's a part of me that kind of thinks he might be trade bait this year. And then, of course, we picked up a homer. That's right. Travis Homer. You all thought I was going to say Homer Simpson. No, Travis Homer. But
I wish.
With that being said, the running back class is really, really, really bad. You got the two boys coming out of Notre Dame and Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. And Jeremiah Love is going to go how high?
I was seeing some had like him going fourth overall. Like he's going to go very high, maybe the top 10.
And then from there,
I mean, there's somewhere Jadarian Price thinks in the top 50. One had him at 32, I think, but that was the joke, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, some people think that he's, like number 2 behind Jeremiah Love. I mean, I don't necessarily see him as number 2. Maybe Jonah Coleman and potentially Nick Singleton.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think it's depending on who you listen to. They definitely like the Notre Dame guys at 1 and 2, and then Singleton, of course. Hey, he's right here out of Penn State. Yeah, he was a big guy, 6 foot, 219 pounds.
Yeah,
and he did it pretty good in the combine, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he showed it. I mean, he was a 5-star recruit for a reason. He flashed his speed at the 40 while I was there. I mean, he'd be a great player to add. But he's like a 4th-round guy probably. So is his teammate, Kaytron Allen. A couple of those guys, they're both bigger backs. If you want to add a couple bigger bodies to the running back room to add to Warren and Daddle, it'd be nice to add any of those guys.
Hey, DJ, how's that camera look now, buddy? Yep. Had to polish her up a little bit. Might also be the lighting today. Plus, I got all black and gold on. I'm excited. Don't
worry, I got my gold shirt
back
too.
Screen. I see that. Yours hasn't been in the washer in a while, though.
Yeah. He's just happy I'm wearing a shirt at least.
Yeah, you know what? Not only am I thankful, but I know our listeners are thankful. So, okay. So, then we've got Kaytron Allen. He's another one out of Penn State. So are we saying like last year only Notre Dame and Penn State went ahead and produced any kind of running backs?
Pretty much. I mean, those two teams seem to always produce good running backs, whether it's been Barkley or whoever throughout the years. Kaytron Allen, he's a bigger body guy. If you need a big truck, he's actually kind of a lot like Caleb Johnson, but we really haven't played Caleb much at all so far. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely very powerful, man. He's got a great lower half on him. A little bit of a bowling ball type guy. I mean, I could see him between the hashes, but don't we have one of those guys already that we don't know what he's going to do in Caleb?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Caleb. I mean, I would think Nick Singleton probably the better choice. I mean, he's better as a pass catcher, which since we lost Gainwell, who was so good at that, I mean, that's a skill set we really haven't replaced with Daddle and Warren. Maybe they get more reps as pass catchers, but if you're looking for a guy who can catch more out of the backfield with Rodgers, who could be back, then he'd be your choice.
He'd be your choice.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. Even the Steelers in their pre-draft visits, do you know how many running backs came to pay a visit in the Steel City?
0.
You got it. Just as they said on one of my all-time classics, Animal House, that would be a 0.0. So I really don't see. Unless they're hiding something there from us, I don't think running back is high on their list. And if they do pick up a running back, they probably already got a cat. They're ready to go ahead and call as soon as the draft ends, sign him as an unsigned free agent, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah. Well, remember, Warren was a UDFA himself. So if we can get another UDFA running back in the building, that'd be great as well.
And I think absolutely there's probably some folks that we could get one from. I mean, look, they also seem to like to go towards Toledo every once in a while. It wouldn't surprise me if they picked up Chip Trainum. There you go. TA's practicing his big NFL words this year. And then there's another cat that is not too bad here. And that would be the second guy who didn't get a lot of runs on the national championship team in Kalen Black.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we seen him either. Just to throw that out there.
Yeah, he flashed during the championship run.
He did flash during the championship run. But you know what? When you're sitting on the bench, you know what? You got plenty of time to flash at the end of the season, right? You're not as tired as all those other cats are. He's the only one who was staying up. Right. He was staying up late at night studying. He was probably doing everybody else's paper. All right. So enough of the running backs, man. Let's talk about the tight ends, because the last couple of years we've been really tight end heavy. Who's left on the team for tight ends right now, man?
Well, we still got Pat Fryermuth, who I'm hoping we'll actually use this year. But he's a good, great tight end.
Yep.
We got your big boy Washington, who's 7'5" or something. He's a mountain of a man. I mean, these two guys are some of the best combo tight ends in the league.
And then who else?
Nobody.
I think there's still one more left, isn't there?
Let me check.
Isn't JJ Galbraith there?
Yeah, JJ Galbraith. I mean,
I was gonna say he's our. Isn't he our camp wizard?
Yeah. He's a do-it-all type of tight end. I think sort of like Connor, where he does everything.
Yeah, because let's face it, we lost Connor, and we lost. Who did we lose?
Jonas Smith. I mean, it's hard to remember who's on the team, though.
It's hard to remember who's on first. What's on second? I don't know who's on third. I know it's hard to keep up. But here's the interesting thing about this. We were tight end heavy in our past offensive coordinators, which is probably one of the reasons why we allowed Jonnu Smith to walk, and a guy who I think we probably underutilize as well, Mr. I keep wanting to say Cam, but it's his little brother, Connor. There you go. Boy, it's kind of hard to get the names out. It's kind of like me calling my kids sometimes. I call them Tyner. You can figure out what their names are from that. But anyways, with that being said, I do look for us to pick up a tight end. However, there's not a good tight end in this class or there's not very many good tight ends in this class either.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
the only guy
one.
who's really probably going to go highly, that's Kenyon Sadiq. He's going in the first round potentially. I mean, he's great pass catching tight end. One of those guys you love as a big slot. I mean, I don't think we draft him because we already got moved and Washington, obviously. But maybe in the later rounds, we look at blocking or, another guy in the tight end room potentially.
Well, there was another one. I mean, just to kind of give you an idea, how many tight ends did we look at coming out to a visit? Does anybody want to take a guess? Producer?
Is it Dose, 2? 0?
No, we'll go with Trace.
Okay.
Trace tight ends. We got lucky with one because he was a local pick, so he didn't count against the 30, and that was straight out of Penn State, Mr. Kahil Dinkins. That's not Dinkins and Dunkins. That's Dinkins. Now, he, I think, was just a local visit just to say hi. Because, and quite honestly, I'm not even sure he's on anybody's draft board. Same way with another guy who's up there in Mr. Marlon Klein, Michigan. Another tight end. I don't think he's going to be knocking down anybody's doors real soon. And I'm going to throw out one more. His name is Will Kaczmarek, and he is from the Ohio State.
Yep.
Now, the one thing that I'll say all three of these got in common, do you want to take a guess?
Are they all good blockers, maybe?
They're all good blockers. It's very good. Thank you very much for playing along and sticking up with the conversation. I like it. Absolutely. They are all good blockers. Now, you're right. 7-5 is a unique thing, Andre. Unique thing. But at the end of the day, none of these guys are going to be unique. These guys are going to be in the jumbo package. And I look for us to bring somebody in for a jumbo package. And it's not going to be to throw the ball to unless they have something special that everybody else in the league has not seen.
Yep. Maybe some hidden talent in there somewhere. But these are guys you're probably looking at day 3 to go get.
I was just going to say, definitely day 3. You figure Kenyon, if he doesn't go in day 1, which will be a surprise, definitely he's gone in day 2. I look for him to be gone in day 1. But after that, we're probably not going to hear another tight end call until day 3, which means we're going to get to hear Mel Kiper on Saturday saying, well, the tight ends are going to be pretty hot and heavy coming today because, of course, nobody's been drafted since Kenyon. And it just kind of shows you the depth of the tight ends this year. I hate that guy. Hate that.
I don't think you don't like him.
No, I don't like him. No, and hate's a bad word. That's a bad word. Don't everybody use that out there. Dislike. We have to be politically correct in today's age.
We got a bunch of tight ends still waiting in the green room. We're waiting for them to come out still. It's going to be another few days.
Well, I don't even think there's going to be any hiding out in the green room. That list keeps looking like it's getting smaller and smaller for the green lube. Or green room, not green lube. There's a story behind the green lube, so forgive me. Don't get your mind in the gutter either. All right, so that leaves us with, I guess, only thing left is wide receiver.
Yep.
And who do we got on this team for a wide receiver? Because all I keep hearing is we need a number 1, we need a number 2, a number 3, a number 4. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. We got a number 1 and number 2. Now we need a 3 and a 4. So who do we got?
Well, we got your favorite player, DK Metcalf. When he's not dropping the ball, he's making great, spectacular catches, winning us games, and catching touchdowns.
Or a pretty good right hook for all you boxing fans out there.
Yeah, maybe you should spend more time on the jugs machine than playing with Tigers in the stands.
Who else we got?
Good old Michael Pittman. He's another cat who's 6'4". He's a beast of a man. He plays like a basketball player. He boxes out the defender, catches the ball really good at the catch point. Really good at that.
All right. Anybody else of any kind of interest?
Well, you still got Roman Wilson, who's still kind of there on the roster. And he felt like he was just there when we actually used him. He actually looked good, especially in the slot.
All right, so I got to ask. This will be what? Roman Wilson's third year. We've all kind of had high hopes for him the last two.
Mm-hmm.
Does this seem like, the new car smell is gone? Now it just seems like I'm stuck with a lemon. I got a beater. If he doesn't do anything, do we look to move him on? Or is he going to get the opportunity to thrive in a Mike McCarthy's offense?
I was thinking he'd have the opportunity to thrive because the last coaching staff didn't seem to use him, and especially year one, he was pretty much injured or they didn't like him. So this is more or less his year two. So I still am high on him, even though it's his year three.
Well, the thing that always got me last year is, even Aaron. Oh, Aaron, I said the dirty word. Aaron, holy shit. Are we still on Aaron watch? Has he signed yet? Did we give him a contract? Wasn't he supposed to let us know if he was playing quarterback before the draft?
We still got time.
We still got time. We're down to 7 days. Aaron, if you're listening, you have 7 days to decide, my friend. 7 days.
Watch it happen at the night hour.
Watch him be the guy who goes ahead and walks on the stage and announces he'll be back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, just signed his contract. And with the first overall draft, the pick is
Aaron Rodgers.
Would that not be something else? Ho. Hey, Art, if you're listening, that might be a good one to pull off. Let keep that secret. Announce that contract on draft night and let him announce the very first pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whew, that would make headlines. You know what else would make headlines? I was just thinking about this too.
Yeah.
Since the media, and we'll get back to the wide receivers. I'm sorry, TA kind of went off on a tangent here. All these things just come rushing to my head right now. What do you think would happen in the news media if with the first overall pick, Mike Tomlin come out and gave the very first pick?
I'd shit myself.
I mean, could you imagine what the news media would do? Man, this guy hasn't given anybody anything since he said, I'm done. And now he, as a spectator, is announcing the first overall pick.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I think that would be awesome. Anybody else out there think that would be awesome? I think that would be awesome. I would just love to see the headlines. Tomlin still doesn't talk to media, gives first pick. Oh, that would be so great. Okay. All right. So we've digressed. Roman Wilson.
Yep.
So Roman Wilson, we could probably has a possibility of really shining in this offense because Aaron did like him during training camp. But it seems like maybe where he's having problems is understanding the NFL language. There's got to be a problem. He's got the talent, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have drafted him if he didn't. He's fast, he's quick, he can catch. I mean, coming out of college, everybody thought he had a pretty good route tree. Thought he was a great pick coming up out of Michigan. He was on the national championship that year. So, what gives?
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it seems like he was practicing a lot with the twos with Mason, and it looks good with Mason, but then I don't know why, but with Aaron, just didn't click. And maybe they just need their offseason together or, work together. But, I mean, he looked good in preseason. He looked good in the fourth quarter in garbage time. So I don't get it why they don't use him more.
He needs a ayahuasca trip with A-Rod. I got it. And that's all right. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep.
All right. Who else we got?
Your favorite, our number one wide receiver, Ben Skowronek, our best blocker. He's a dog.
Skowronek.
JT's favorite wide receiver, that is.
I do like Skowronek, man. He is tough, man. He's everything Pittsburgh, man. He's got a good Polish name, Good Steeler bones right there. All right, who else we got?
Probably a couple camp bodies, bigger body wide receivers. A.T. Perry, Max Hutchman. I mean, I believe they were in preseason for a while. They looked okay. They did have a couple of drops. But yeah, they're mainly going to be preseason camp bodies probably.
Who? A.T. who?
A.T. Perry, they said. I think he was on the Colts.
A.T. Perry?
Right?
I have no idea, man. I don't know. I must have missed that. I must have been sleeping that day.
Okay.
He came from the Colts. What, did they just throw him in with Michael Pittman and said, hey, he used to watch Michael's jockstrap, so you got to take him with you.
They kicked him out of the building.
They kicked him out of the building. Are you sure he came from the Colts, or did he come from the Broncos?
Maybe the Broncos. I don't remember. My memory's not that good.
Maybe the Broncos. I'm going to give you the Broncos.
Okay, you're
6'5", 205 yards. Or 205 yards, 205 pounds. How about that?
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Well, it's not that nice. I mean, look, if he didn't make it on Sean's offense, it's going to be tough for him to make it on this offense.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I imagine he's just camp body.
Just a camp body.
Yep.
Came out of Wake Forest, 6th round pick overall in 2023. He was with the Saints, from the Saints to the Broncos, from the Broncos to the Steelers. He's been passed around the block a time or two.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess what you're telling me then is we still need another wide receiver.
Yeah, I'd say right now we got essentially 4 starting wide receivers at best.
What? Wait a second. Did you just say we have 4 starting wide receivers at best?
Yeah.
Who? I got to hear this train of thought.
So right now, DK's our wide receiver 1, Pittman's 2.
Yep.
And then Roman and Skowronek are probably 4 and 5. So you're still missing a wide receiver 3.
And we're still missing a wide receiver 3, but we have 4 starters.
Yeah, we got 4 starters. Well, they're still starting NFL players.
They are starting. Well, I don't know about starting NFL players.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
NFL players. Okay. All right. So here's where the rubber meets the road, right? All right. We know we need a wide receiver. We're making a little fun of it and this, that, and the other, but we know we need a wide receiver. We also know we need to strengthen the trenches. And some might even have us believing we need a quarterback yet, even though this is not the draft class for the quarterback. Now, I'm going to say that the Steelers even believe that they need a wide receiver, because how many wide receivers do you think have showed up for pre-draft visits?
6. As many rings we got.
6, as many rings that we got. Yes. And let's just kind of run through that list on who they're kind of looking at. They're looking at Jeff Caldwell out of Cincinnati, which, you know what? Caldwell is not a bad guy. I mean, you're looking at potentially, I'm going to say maybe a day 3 pickup at best, right? Maybe, day 3. All right. Then you got Kendrick Law. Now, there's some very, very high on Kendrick Law out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I think, wasn't he one of the first guys to come in for the Steelers?
Yeah, he's early on.
He was definitely early on. And of course, depending on who you're talking to, he's probably a day 2 pick at the earliest. Fair enough to say?
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Then you got Denzel Boston. Now, this guy here has kind of been hanging. I mean, he declared late. Some's got him in the first round. Some's got him going in the second round. Some say he probably should have went ahead and stayed in college. But again, I don't know if he would be that guy I would necessarily go after in the first round. Yeah. And then you got Skyler Bell out of Connecticut. He's a little shorter guy, could be like a return guy. Not the speediest, but he does run a pretty good set. He's probably day 5 at best.
Day 5.
Day 5. Round 5? How about day 5? Remember, okay, we'll go round 5, not day 5, round 5. Thanks for keeping me straight, man. All right. And then we've got another cat. His name is Jeremy Bernard. Now, I just got to say this. He's out of Alabama. There's nothing about that sounds like a Pittsburgh Steeler, does it?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, he's a really good football player. I mean, he does lack some high-end traits, but if you're just looking for a guy who's smart, who knows how to play football, who knows how to win, he's your guy. He'd probably go, day 2, I think.
Yeah, he's probably a good, solid third-round guy. Definitely, for sure, good third-round guy. And then the other guy who paid a visit was Makai Lemon out of USC. Now, if I look at that, probably the only guy I'm probably taking in that first round, if he's even there, is Lemon.
I mean, he's a guy he's smaller, on the smaller side, and that's the reason why he could fall to us potentially. I am hoping he would, but he's a really good route runner, great at getting separation over the middle field. A lot of people project him to be a starting slot wide receiver. They're kind of like, you would hope he'd be as good as JSN, who we just saw lead the league in yards, but you never know.
Well, there's some out there that even think this cat is better than Carnell Tate, and he might actually end up going before Carnell Tate.
I don't see that. I mean, Tate's such a clean prospect. If Lemon was like 3 inches taller, then maybe you're talking about, but his size is what's the limiting factor on him going top 10.
I agree. So then there's also the Hines Ward protege, Jordan Tyson. And did you see that Hines will be in Pittsburgh because of Jordan?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Well, if Hines is trading him, then I guess he's the guy to get, right?
Possible. Now, one guy who didn't come for a visit, and one guy who I'm kind of actually, there's two guys. If they fall to us, I'm actually curious what we do. And that's Omar Cooper Jr. and DC Concepcion. Which one of those two do you like the best?
I would say I like Omar Cooper better. I mean, he's a great yards after catch guy. I mean, if you give him the ball in his hands, he'll make 3 guys miss, take it the distance, or he'll get a first down for you. I mean, he did it against Penn State, and Purdue, and a couple other teams that he made look silly. I mean, his ability to make guys miss in open space, it's crazy. And he has good enough speed at 4.4. I mean, he's good enough to win. I mean, he's probably going to be there at pick 21. I mean, he's a step below Tate, like we mentioned, though, so hopefully he'll fall to us.
Well, and Concepcion will probably for sure be there. But Mr. Steeler fan, I gotta ask you, because he put out there, why first round receiver? DK and Pittman start for the next 3 years. If healthy, absolutely, they start for the next 3 years. And I kind of like KC Concepcion. Between KC and Omar, I'm really back and forth between these two. Omar brings a little bit more speed. He's got a little bit more route running ability, but the explosiveness that KC can do after the catch is really, really. I mean, he'll set the blade of grass on fire, man, which is very, very interesting. So now,
KC's very elusive. And the thing with him, though, is he needs to clean up the drops. I mean, it's a lot like Deontay Dropson, where he had like a 10% drop rate. So, like, he does, if he gets the ball and catches it, he's explosive, but just has trouble hanging on to the ball.
So then the question on the table is why a first-round receiver? Which is, I think, where we've gone back and forth now, is we've broke down all the positions throughout this last couple of weeks. Do we go offensive lineman, where we already know there's going to be a run on the offensive tackles? I'm pretty sure there's every Steeler fan right now who is screaming for one guy and one guy only, and that boy would be
Vega, right?
Vega. I think if Vega was announced, that stadium would go crazy. And I don't think anybody would bat an eye on whether or not we picked him up. But now here's the question. There's already some talking right now that we may have to go ahead and give up a couple of draft picks to go up and get Vega, due to the simple fact, as DJ had said, I hate those rat birds, and they could potentially pick him up.
Possibly. I mean, they really need interior offensive linemen themselves. They lost Linderbaum. So, like, it wouldn't shock me if they'd select him. because of the bull crap, they got the first round picks by pulling some bullshit. So like they can now potentially take them. Yep.
It could. Now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Steeler fan brings up a good one. Trading back. Now, if we trade back,
we have so many picks though. I mean, I'd rather trade up, whether it's go get Tate or Vega or whoever, because it seems like we're just outside of like the top 3 or 4 wide receivers or offensive linemen. Like it feels like there's going to be a run on offensive guys before we get to our pick.
I think there's going to be a run on some offensive linemen as well before we get to our pick. You're right, and whether or not we've got the bottom of the barrel for offensive linemen or the bottom of the first round barrel for wide receivers. Mm-hmm. And not saying that's a bad barrel to be in. I'm not saying it's a great barrel, which then Steeler fan, just to go ahead and put out there, a true nose tackle. Look, I like Lee Hunter, but he's a 2-down player. We're not going to waste a first round draft pick on a nose tackle. Those days are kind of over. It's all about packages now. You can see that with the way the NFL is going. The days of having Casey Hampton up there, Joel Steed, those days are gone in the 3-4. We need more versatility. Hell, we don't even put a huge emphasis on running back anymore. Mm-hmm. It's how do we get to the quarterback? How do we throw him off rhythm? And how do we keep him from throwing that ball in less than 2 seconds? Because in all reality, that's really where we're getting to. How do you do that?
I mean, the league has evolved to the point where, nose tackles kind of becoming a declining position. They only play like 30, 40% of snaps nowadays. We still do have Black. We brought in Joseph Day. So defensive tackle isn't that big of a need. And kind of the question about, do we really need a wide receiver 3 or not? I mean, McCarthy loves to play 3 wide receivers. He'll play a lot of 11 personnel. And just the last 2 years, we've seen a wide receiver 1. Like Pickens got hurt down the stretch of the year. And then this year, DK got suspended, though. And we're kind of stuck with pretty much nobody to throw the ball to and almost got knocked out of the playoffs because of that. Or didn't make it.
And you're right. We definitely need to bolster our wide receiver stable. But whether we're bringing back Aaron Rodgers or we're bringing back or we're starting Will or even Mason, we've got to be able to protect them. We got to keep them upright. So between giving them weapons or keeping them healthy, I think it starts with keeping them healthy. We can always pick up a pretty decent guy in the second round or the third round. The Steelers have always been good at finding those gems. I mean, let's remember, boys and girls, Antonio Brown wasn't a first-round pick, wasn't a second-round pick. As a matter of fact, he wasn't even drafted till day 3. So, I mean, I think there's plenty to go after as far as wide receivers. And then the other big question is right now that we really don't know is Broderick Jones. They have been pretty much mum about Broderick Jones. Now, they all say he's on track. They all say he's healing. But for here's my personal thought. There's a good possibility he's going to come back. There's a good possibility he's going to play. But I don't think he's going to be able to play on the edge. I think they're going to have to move him to the interior.
I mean, that is an option. You still got Dylan Cook. I mean, who's to know? You could move Troy over even. Like, there are some options. Maybe you look at bringing in a swing tackle or draft somebody late in this draft. I mean, there are some good tackles down the board, and some guards too. I mean, there's good offensive line in the second and third round. We have like 3 third-round picks, so maybe you use one on a third-round pick.
There definitely are. Well, in case anybody hasn't been paying attention, Acrisure Stadium is just about ready to rock. They got the Big Ten up. They're getting excited over there. The ticker is ticking. It is not going to be long. I hope you folks are out there. I'm going to be out there. Keep an eye out for FTA wearing his 00 jersey. I will be roaming the grounds there somewhere, maybe taking a little highlight picture time or two. And then we still got to discuss, thinking about coming on with a little special edition again on Wednesday night. Just a quick hitter on who we think the day before we're going and why. Because as
aren't you going to be there announcing the pick?
I am going to announce the pick. Absolutely, I'm going to announce the pick. So keep your eye on social media there. I'm definitely going to be out there. But I think that we're just going to jump on Wednesday, give a quick who we think is going to be our number one pick, just so somebody can have bragging rights. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Well, I'll have the prediction in by then.
All right. Well, producer, as usual, it has been a pleasure. Steelers Nation, thanks for tuning in. Keep your eye open. Wednesday night, quick one. And then Thursday, it's draft day, boys and girls. I hope everybody's there. I hope I get to run into a few of you. And more importantly, as JT would say,
careful. Good night in the hot tub.
Check back next week into the Steelers Realm.